You might not be ready.
How would you describe what you've just seen? Dreamlike, provocative, weird? How about random? Those words have all been used to describe HBO's new late-night series Random Acts of Flyness, but they barely scratched the surface.
It's been a long road of trying to describe it to my friends and family.
It'll be so much easier to describe when you can just say, watch it.
Random Acts of Flyness uses short, interwoven documentaries, animation, and music to explore evergreen cultural idioms such as patriarchy, white supremacy, and sensuality from a new, thought-provoking perspective. The show was created by filmmaker Terrence Nance, and the segments were based on conversations in an unorthodox writer's room. Mariama Diallo and Jamund Washington, both of whom wrote and directed for the show, said it was a very collaborative effort.
We would start each day, with a meditation, which, as I've gone on to speak to people who worked in other writers' rooms, apparently incredibly unusual. But it was a really nurturing process, and it was really about digging into our lives and our lived experiences and finding what we wanted to comment on about that.
We definitely wanted it to feel like home. Like Mariama said, it was just about sort of putting all of the writers in a position to be comfortable so we could just have these conversations, and the topics all sparked out of those conversations. There was no preset ideas of what it should become.
Reviewers have compared Random Acts of Flyness to shows like Atlanta or films like Sorry to Bother You. Both of these works use a combination of real and surreal elements to highlight important social issues, as well as honestly portray Black identity. Critics say works of art like this are contributing to the resurgence of afro-surrealism, a movement that uses artistic absurdities to address the real absurdities of oppression. The term was first coined in 1974 when writer Amiri Baraka described it as creating an entirely different world organically connected to this one, based on contemporary Black life and aesthetic. But despite the visual and thematic ties between works of afro-surrealism and Random Acts of Flyness, Washington and Diallo say it wasn't intentional.
I don't know that we necessarily knew we were using surrealism as much as just creating the things that came out of these conversations and sort of in this stream of consciousness. And when we put those things together, an audience may feel like surrealism, but I don't think it was a conscious effort to go towards surrealism.
Really, it was about communicating sort of emotions and experiences in an authentic way.
It's a thing of beauty!
Random Acts of Flyness comes out August 3rd.